Hey, my lovelies. Welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Daily Vibration. So, if you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. My name is Kamoy, and we're going to be doing the Daily Vibration for today, April 23rd, 2021. Now, keep in mind, right? If you don't click on this episode or this video on the 23rd of April in 2021, that is okay. If the message resonates, you can take what you need and leave what you do not, because energy is fluid, okay? So you just want to be mindful about that. Now, wow, it's Friday, self love day, y'all. It is Friday and it is self love day. I gotta say, my eyes are swollen. I am back already in I don't know, y'all. I have to really find out what my allergy regimen is. This is ridiculous, right? I love Georgia. I love Georgia. I love Georgia. I love Georgia. However, I am not sure about the blooming season, y'all. This is really messing with my eyes. Ooh. Anywho, this is why you guys are not gonna see me on video today. Okay, my eyes are definitely a little puffy, and it's about 5:45 a.m. on the 23rd as I am recording. So I want to say happy Friday to you guys, happy Venus Day to you guys, and I also want to say congratulations. We made it. We made it today, 26. We have 74 more days to go on our level up journey. We got a total of 100 days. We're now in day 26, and we have 74 more days left to go. Let's look at these numbers and let's just talk about what we're going to kind of like tap into on Self Love Friday, right? So, do you know that letting go is part of the process when you're going through your spiritual journey, or whatever label you want to put on it, even if you want to label it when you're going through the journey of rediscovering yourself or reintroducing yourself to yourself, you can call that spiritual ascension, you can call that your spiritual quest, your spiritual journey, your path, whatever label you want to put on it, right? Letting go is a part of that process. So, or I want to say, the learning the art of letting go is part of that process and creating your own narrative, right? It is essential that you learn how to create your own narrative. Like, real talk, you need to learn how to create your own narrative in your mind. And your narrative is definitely based on your perception of things. So, we're going to look at the art of letting go today on Self Love Day as you create your own narrative, right? The art of letting go is you understanding that you can't control people. Honey, listen, I have two sons, and I remember even my babies, like, they're teenagers now, but I remember my babies being younger, and, my oldest, the radiator, the heat was coming up out of the radiator, and I said to him, don't touch hot, don't touch the radiator, it's hot. Mommy, hot? Yeah, sweetie, hot. Okay, no, don't touch. And I repeated that like at least 3 times. And as soon as I turned my back, he tried to touch the radiator, and then he felt the heat. Oh, wow, mommy, hot, radiator, don't touch hot. So he had to physically, right, experience what hot was. So even though I said not to touch, he was curious. He touched. So even at a young age, you still really can't control a curious child, That child is still going to be curious, and that child is still going to venture out and explore its curiosity, So pay attention. Sometimes we really do think that we have control over people, what they do and what they say. And let me just say, when you do have control over what someone does and someone says and how they move, and when you do have that type of control, please know that it is short-lived. Because the moment that person gets their power back, you shit ass out of luck, of being in control. All right. So just be mindful of that. Now, I'm just gonna say, like, even when we're dealing within the number four, as we talk about this, we've been talking about this number four for the past 23 days now. Okay, so if you don't know by now, those of you that are returning, that you should have been doing something within this number. Now you know, okay? So, number four is a doing number on the physical plane, okay? So, and within doing, there needs to be some type of organization and some type of structure, and you're definitely going to have to add some practicality in there, okay? Now, keep it in mind when we look at the chart today, we have numbers operating in all planes, which is really good because then and then I also like the placement of the number three, because the number three in the date the 23rd, right, brings in that mental plane energy, which is really the gateway to your memory, right? Which is important because once you access your memory, you can then begin to tap into your imagination. Okay. Now, balancing is really what number three does. Number three is going to assist any number that is paired with. Okay. So, if you take a look at where number three is placed within the date today, number three is placed within the twos, right? So, twos deal with you being able to tap into your intuition because that's the gateway to your intuitive realm. So we're talking about you being able to manifest, right? In this particular reality as the world is now, or in this particular energy, we're talking about you being able to manifest within the feminine energy, right? So, which is a beautiful thing because you think about it, we're going to be resting, oh my gosh, in this feminine energy for a while with these twos, right? So now when you look at what two represents and even how three is placed in between the twos as the assistants, right? You got to begin to understand that we're also dealing with hypersensitive energy here. Everything is just hypersensitive, right? And if you take a look around the world, around us, you can see that that is exactly what's going on. Hypersensitivity, right? Okay, so the exterior world is still projecting this hypersensitivity that's going on within the spiritual world, which really means that anything you, the individual, intuitively can tap into can be of benefit to you or not, right? Because we all have choices or not. So intuitively, you can tap into yourself and you can utilize this energy today, or you can get up in other people's business because within the date, we also have the triple twos. And you know, we talk about this clusters of twos, right? The other day, it was a cluster of two. We had four twos in the date. I don't know. What's that? I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to mess that up. But, I don't know how they call four, a sequence, like a cluster of fours in math. Yeah, I don't, drop a comment. I don't know. But let's just say we had four number twos showing up in the date a couple of days ago, right? Um, Not even a couple of days ago. Yeah, that was yesterday, right? We had that cluster of twos yesterday. Now, it's important for you guys to understand that every day you interact with so much different energy, but if you can ground yourself and really tap into your intuitive energy, you can see how you can allow you that dwells within you to be a guide to you. Okay. Once again, that energy can be placed with so many different labels, right? So hypersensitive energy happening with this cluster of twos. This means that you're gonna have to mind your business because this energy can cause you to put your energy and trust in the wrong people. Okay. Um, and then things don't play out the way that you think they should when you do that. Right. Now, keeping in mind that this can play out differently within the zodiac archetype that you're dealing with, right? So, for example, if you're an air sign, this can play out on a mental plane. If you're a water sign, this can play out on an emotional plane, right? If you're a fire sign, this can play out on the plane where you're not able to take action. You feel like you're blocked in, you can't move. You understand what I'm saying? There's no movement. Now, in on the earth plane, it can play out in the realm of just things physically around you not going the way that you want them to. So it will be more on a physical level, okay? So just keep that in mind. You're going to have to watch where you're putting your energy and whom you're putting your energy into, right? Remember, we're in Taurus season. The sun is in Taurus. Grounding, stability, your finances, as well as beauty. You're going to find some people wanting to change their hair, wanting to, pull out certain outfits and change your look and feel that Venus energy. That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy that we're in. I do gotta say, I personally have definitely started to like go through what my summer outfits are, and I'm starting to really think about my wardrobe and even my hair. And I haven't really, I'll be honest with y'all, and I do the daily vibrations pretty much every day. So y'all, and I want to say maybe for about a year now, I haven't really felt like doing the makeup thing, like, or um, the hair, thing. I've pretty much been letting my hair grow out for the past 2 birthdays now. But I am thinking about changing my hair, and I just don't know how. I have a few options. A lady always has options. So I do have a few options that I can kind of explore. So I'm going to sit with them though, and not do anything impulsive, and probably do something after the full moon. And the full moon is happening in Scorpio. Oh, yes. The full moon is happening in Scorpio. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. I'm probably, let me see how I feel, y'all, because today's Friday, right? And I'm going to see how I feel, and maybe I might surprise y'all and probably do like a pop-up meditation or something. Let's see how that flows. Let me see how that flows, y'all. Okay, so be aware of the clusters of twos that is happening within the date today, okay? You want to be able to trust your intuition, because you're going to be hyper sensitive if you are tapping into your empath energy and not running away from that. And for those of you that are already hypersensitive, you want to make sure that you kind of protect yourself, and maybe even dim your light before you go out into the public and spend time with others, okay? So just kind of dim the lights so the moths don't kind of keep being attracted to your energy. And when I say dim the light, I don't mean necessarily dim who you are. I'm not talking about dimming who you are. I'm not talking about changing who you are. I'm talking about just energetically going in and putting your protective bubble around you, and in a mental place within, you can find that you just kind of turn the light that, or the umbilical cord really, that dwells from your crown chakra up to the ethers, right? You can kind of just like dim that down and put a cap on that, because what you don't understand is that literally you are an energetic being. So you have an energetic signature that you go out and you step out into, right? So if you feel hypersensitive to energy, this is one of the things that you can do. You can definitely go into your mind's eye and go into a state of meditation and begin to put that protective bubble around you and really do some amazing things. Now, everything takes you being consistent, and the more consistent that you are, the better at this you will get. Okay. The spiritual world is a beautiful place. Sometimes I'm in there and I just don't even want to come out into this reality, right? Because you don't understand half of the shit that happens on this side of the, the reality when you tend to tap into a side that is beautiful and profound, right? So let's look at the number one within the date. Okay. The number one within the date represents you being able to verbally communicate really what the divine wants to express from within you through you on a physical plane. But what happens here within this number one is that it also means that this is being done through your ego, right? And if your ego is not balanced or kept in check or put in check, right, what you can find that the ego will dominate the energy of the number one. And this is your creative force energy, okay? This is your spark, your intention. This is the creation aspect on the physical realm, right? So you verbally communicate what you want. Hence, we're tapping into throat chakra energy, which means you're sending out your signature vibration and you are creating spells, okay? And we talked about spells being linked to spelling your words, okay? So you want to be mindful that you are constantly creating or destroying, which takes me to the number 6, because when we look at April, right, we know that April, we've been talking about, vibrates on 3 different numbers that we're using this month, right? So number 4 for the 4th month in the Gregorian calendar, number 2 for the gematria, and number 6 for the Hebrew breakdown. Hebrew value total 321. And when you reduce that down, you get the breakdown of the number 6, right? I should have brought a bottle of water next to me. Really kind of toasty right now. It is actually cold. I think we went down maybe to the 40s, and it hasn't been this cool in a little while. Actually, we have 39 degrees. So I am actually very toasty and don't feel like moving. But my throat is a little dry, so we are going to try and wrap this up. So, hypersensitive energy today. Be mindful to clearly express yourself verbally with the number 1. The number 6 is all about you being able to create or destroy, right? So you're constantly creating or destroy. So today you have an opportunity to create and destroy with your words by tapping into your intuition. You got mental plane energy going on where you can tap into your imagination and your memory, as well as physical aspects going on where there may be some physical doing required. Okay, now if you have reached out to me, my loves, regarding the VIP lecture, I want to just thank you for being patient with me. I am going to be getting back to your emails today. Yesterday was I was not at the desk of the computer for pretty much the whole day yesterday. I did have one appointment, and by the time I ended that, my eyes, had to shut things down because I was out all day in pollen, right? Okay, so and I thought I beefed myself up. Like I took my Flonase before I left, and when took my Claritin like later on, and like I really thought I was, and had my antihistamine in my system. Clearly I did not. Okay, I do want to say this also. Self-love Friday, the art of letting go, creating your own reality. You can't control people, remember that. Right? You can't control people. You can only control your narrative, and your narrative is based on your perception. So what are you creating within your own narrative, or is your narrative dictated by someone created it for you? I really wish I can go into this some more, and maybe I might come back later today and talk about this some more on the podcast and then post it because my throat is a little dry right now, y'all, and my eyes. And we're gonna wrap this up, and I'm going to say this to you, right? There comes a point in a space in our lives when we know that there is some type of change required, and we don't need to judge ourselves for that change. We don't. We just need to accept that change is needed and allow that change to unfold. I know that sounds simple, and I promise you it is simple. Okay, does not mean that you don't have to do the work and you won't have to do things, but what it does mean is that you don't have to do it afraid anymore. You don't have to do it dreading it anymore. You don't have to do it, I want to say, angry anymore. You can truly like tap into aspects of yourself that can teach you about yourself from every experience, from every encounter with another person. And some of those experiences and those encounters may not be beautiful because you may have to face things about yourself and other people that you don't necessarily like or agree with. That's just the way it goes, right? There can be no evil without good. There can be no good without evil. There can be no up without down. There can be no in without out. Please understand, on this particular dimension, in this particular realm, polarity exists, right? Polarity exists in the universe also. It's a universal law. It just may look differently on different planes, depending on the degree in which that plane exists in. Please understand that. You learn to understand you learn to understand the world. You learn to understand the world, you learn to understand you. You learn to understand others, you learn to understand you. You learn to understand you learn to understand others. This is not about judging. This is not about anyone being perfect. Because it was in your imperfections that you find your perfection, my love. It's the reverse. It's the inverse. What is your perfect self? What narrative are you creating? Have you learned the art of letting go? You cannot control another. You can't. So let go and create your own narrative. Let go, accept, and create your own narrative. Let go, accept, and create your own narrative. Let go, accept, and create your own narrative. You got that power. You got that power. It's important for you to tap into your power, especially within these times. All right, y'all. Be kind to yourself. Do something kind for yourself. Love yourself. Honor yourself. Do not be afraid of the dark, because out of darkness comes enlightenment. There are going to be things about yourself that you will not be able to find in a book. You can only find through a experience. So remember that. Okay, remember that. All right, loves. Don't forget, the sun is currently in Taurus, okay? So as you are doing something kind for yourself today, you want to be mindful that it is important for you to move in accordance to the energy in the heavens. So the sun is in Taurus, the moon is currently in Virgo. So you can find that you're a bit analytical today, and maybe really thinking about your well-being, what is useful emotionally what is useful within your well-being, as well as what is useful as you analyze what works for you health-wise, holistically, mind, body, and soul-wise today, okay? So be mindful as you are moving throughout this Virgo energy. Okay, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, y'all. So that's a lot of inner communication that can be going on today about your well-being, okay? Especially as you are sitting in the sun energy of Taurus, where stability and really making sure that you grounded and you good is important to you, okay? All right, be kind to yourself. I will see you guys in tomorrow's daily vibration. All right, day number 26 on the level up journey. We got 74 more days to go, my loves. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow live in the lectures as well as live on Instagram and YouTube next Wednesday. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day, my loves. Oh, don't forget, it is not too late for you to go ahead and donate for the VIP lectures. That is going to grant you access from the date you donate all the way up until July 3rd. Okay. Keep it in mind, my love, that it will be a $75 donation after the 24th, which is tomorrow. Okay. All right. I'm going to see you guys in tomorrow's daily vibration, my loves. Do something kind for yourself. Be kind to yourself. Honor yourself, my loves.